So I'm videoing the Smyer KOM again, narrating it for my effort today. So I just did it about an hour ago. Came down, no water bottle, dropped all my stuff off at the top. Came down and hit that corner pretty good to make the U-turn. It's coming along. I don't see it right now. It's coming along through here and trying to figure out what my average power was for the first little bit, and I just destroyed a stick. I saw a big one back there, and I'm guessing that was it. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's a sit up here. But yeah, just ran over one of these sticks. It made such a loud noise, I thought I'd broken my wheel. But kept going, and it was fine. I could tell it was fine. So also related to that, well, first of all, it's just absolutely beautiful today. It's like upper 70s right now. A little bit windy. Just leaves falling everywhere. Beautiful colors. Wow. Anyway, so I had looked at the wrong wattage and thought I was only at 370 watts, and I was trying to hang back, and but then I saw that I was actually at 470. I was like, okay, back off a little bit. I hit this really hard. I mean, it was good. It was a good line right over the cutout, but I would guess it's going 20 plus through there. And it's feeling good through here. Looks like there's a little bit of a tailwind, updraft. So I was feeling good, and I was just consciously looking at that power, like, okay, keep it down. Just try and average. I think I was down to 450. My average was down to 450. I was like, that's fine. Just let it fall down to 425. Just try and keep it at 425. And so that's what I was thinking about through here, especially since this is a steeper section, and so the power might tend to jack up if you try and maintain your speed. I was like, no, just let my speed drop a little bit. And again, my legs are still feeling really good. No like major burning yet. And coming through here. There's a car. Whew. Anyway, so I was right through here. You just slow down. It's the steepest section right here at the bottom part. And I have some mental games I play through here to about related to speed and everything. I was like, don't look at the average speed, because I knew that Mark's was 18, and I was afraid if I saw less than 18 through here that it would demotivate me, but I couldn't resist any longer. And somewhere in here I looked down and saw 18.8. Oh yeah, and look at that beautiful tree. Anyway, I looked down and saw 18.8, and I thought, oh wow, I got it. This is it. I definitely have it. And so that was my thought as I made this turn, flying. The other thing as I made this turn is I saw two guys right around here. As soon as I crossed the corner, I turned. Two guys were just bending the turn way up there. I was like, oh cool, I'm gonna catch a couple people. And so I kept on it, and then I did start to have a little bit of negative thoughts, because through here your speed starts to drop. And I never looked at the speed, but I was in my head going, I bet I'm only going 16, 17. But the nice thing is I could see the guys up there, and it was distracting. So I was like, okay, just focus on passing them. And so I ended up catching them, I guess, in this next switchback. So closing that distance just super fast. And I was like, oh, they're taking up the whole lane. So I swung out wide to where I could, right about here, and it's like, okay, nobody go. So I passed them, you know, probably going twice, maybe 2.5 times, 3 times as fast, you know, just boom, right by them. And then kept on going. And this section here, I call this the flat section, even though it's really not. It's steep right through here, but I call it flat because it leads into the flat section, which is right up here. So in my mind, I'm already like, okay, you're in the flat section, just kill it. And so I did. I got up to, ooh, wow, beautiful. I got up to, I don't know, I never looked at speed again until after it was over, but I was probably going, yeah, big tail, there's a tailwind right there. Yeah, I was probably going 20, definitely more than 20 miles an hour through here, just chopping the gears down. But there was a negative consequence to that, because I came flying through here. It's like, oh, I'm just, you know, just feeling very, you know, by this point your legs are just dying. But felt, you know, I knew I was going fast. Like, this is great, but I bogged down bad through here. So I don't know what it was, too big a gear, but I came through here going, oh no. And that probably lasted this whole set of switchbacks from right about here, as bogged, to up here. And then, well, I did have one distraction, is there was a couple cars that came down the hill right at the spot where I narrated, like, don't cut the corner. And fortunately, I was not cutting the corner. And yeah, so they were coming down. Then after that, I was like, okay, I gotta get back up to speed. So I was bogged down. And I'm shifting up into an easier gear through here, and then proceeded to nail this right here, one of those potholes. I mean, I knew they were there, but and I have my little path that I normally take, but I was like, I don't have time for that, I'm just gonna go straight through it. And I proceeded to hit one of them pretty bad. So again, I actually made the mistake of looking down and seeing the time here. Somewhere through here it was 4 minutes on the dot, and Mark's time was 6 minutes. And in my head, I couldn't figure out what to make of that. I was like, is that good? You know, because how much time is there left to the top? I mean, this whole last section is fast, but it's really long too. So anyway, I had another distraction though. There was right through here, you know, I'm starting to pick up speed because it flattens out, and I see a couple of riders, actually there's a whole group coming up the Shades Crest, and they were all strung out. So I was never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined I would have to time it between other riders. You know, I've always had to time this between cars. So I'm like, okay, that guy's going slow enough, I can make it in front of him and behind the other guy. And so I did. Went in front of the one, behind the other, came around the guy, and he cheered me on. He's like, you got it. So I appreciate that. That helped, whoever that was. And I took this corner absolutely perfect. Could not have imagined this a better corner, because I've screwed up that corner before. But perfect. Came through here. Good speed. And then I saw the walkers. There's two sets of two ladies who I had passed on my way, you know, down to start the KOM farther up on Vestavia Drive, and they had made it all the way over here. And they, you know, I mean, I am throwing the bike side to side, and I can only imagine they must be thinking, that guy is crazy. So I'm just going as hard as I could. So I did this whole section right over here, because they were, you know, side by side to my side. So I did the whole section over here. And then when I got past the second set, I switched back over here. The one regret I have is, I mean, I pushed it super hard through here, but I was so anxious to know whether or not I had gotten Mark's time. I was still pushing hard, and I was just thinking, oh, his time's gone, it's gonna be gone. So I'm like, all I could think about was hitting that lap button, and I think I did hit it a little early, somewhere right in here. Yeah, I see it just triggered again right there. So somewhere right in there, and I eased off. So if I end up missing it by a second or something, I'm just gonna be kicking myself. Anyway, my time was 5:55 on the lap. So depending on how Strava matches it, Mark's time was 6 flat. So I think I got it. But no matter what, kudos to Mark. I mean, I never imagined a sub 6 on this, and I know I wouldn't have been able to do it if I wasn't chasing his time. In fact, I imagine that, maybe some of the top pros, that's all they could manage on this was maybe right at 6 or just under 6. So I'm ecstatic to have hit 5:55. Anyway, so that's a walkthrough of how that KOM went for me today. Oh, yeah, I had put my stuff back over there on the right and almost fell over, trying just really incoherent, trying to just after having that hard of an effort, and then backing off. Anyway, so I got my stuff and then came down here all the way across, started up the climb. Christine called. This is like 5 minutes later. Christine called and I was still out of breath, could not talk right. So I really feel like that's definitely going to hit my critical power curve. I mean, that was a max effort. So having said that, if Mark comes out and beat it, he's got it. I mean, I'm not 100% sure I could go any faster. I don't think I could go any faster on that climb. Maybe a second or something based on some of those sticks and potholes, but most likely that is my best. So anyway, I thought I would just narrate the video of that climb so I can remember it later. That's it. What a fun day, fun competition. I'm sure Mark is going to get me on the next one. He might even get me on this one if he comes back out tomorrow, does it again. That's it.